All right, it's time for us to have a conversation this morning, and it's with Oluwatodimu. Now, he is a lawyer who educates people on their rights on social media platforms. I'm sure you've seen one of those. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm very curious about something. How did you start that?
Well, I saw that there was a lacuna. A lot of people did not know their rights, even till date. In spite of all the efforts put into it, you discover that most people still don't know their rights. Even on my page, when I educate people, you see people in the comment section saying this is not possible for this Nigeria and so many other things. So you discover that there is that gap that needs to be bridged. So we need to advocate that more, let people know their rights, because what you don't know, you cannot fight for.
Yeah.
So basically that's...
Now, in the course of putting out content, sometimes on social media, especially when it comes to educating people, there are times when you come across elements that will be like, who sent you? Or maybe you're causing a block in, they are bullying, in quote, or intimidating people. Yes. Have you ever had that? Have you come across such an incident? It's
quite often, I'm on virtually all the social media pages, for the TikTok people, at times you have to grow a thick skin because you are there online trying to educate them, let them know that it's their right. But they say, oh, this one government has paid him, this one somebody has paid him to say this, and you are just exposing the rudiments of the law. I don't even put sentiments. All I just need to do is read the law and dissect it. I'm just trying to bring the law to people in a way that is less cumbersome, interesting to know, and I include some elements of humor.
Now, people would say the usage of social media, it differs and it also varies as the case may be. Now, some people have gotten jobs, employments, and opportunities through social media. Well, and so I wonder, has this also brought you more clients?
Not clients per se, I see that because I have a thriving law firm and I push. But I think in terms of popularity, people knowing you, there are times you walk into a courtroom and the magistrate or the judge recognizes you, colleagues, and he positions one as a thought leader, and so that's maybe I'll say the perks.
But there has been no risk to your person.
No risk, but more pressure. Because
pressure.
When you're in court, marshalling an argument, colleagues expect that are you not a guard lawyer? You should know more, and so it puts a lot of pressure on you to keep all the research and ensure that you deliver at all times.
I wonder, has this had any effect on your finances? I ask because sometimes when people see you as a social media person, they feel you're making a lot of money, and so there's this belief that, oh, you should do more pro bono cases, or you should, when you run into a particular situation, you should be able to help out financially. After all, you are the successful lawyer and all. Have you encountered that as well?
Yes, the truth of it is there are times that people reach me in the DM and they say, oh, please, can you take up this matter? You do it pro bono. And while you're at it, you expect them that, okay, you are not paying the professional fees, I'm doing this. They still expect you to give them handouts, and then if you don't assist in one way or the other, they say, oh, okay, I'll call you out on social media. Of course, there's also the pressure of, while you are probably filing a matter and you are probably attending to a matter at the police station, the police expects that, you are a public analyst or whatever, and they expect you to pay more. And, so,
wow.
Yeah, it could tell on the finances.
Yeah, because I've always wondered, I realized that the more popular you are on social media or even on terrestrial media, the more people expect you to be financially generous, in quotes.
Yes.
Without understanding that you also have limited resources and you're only sharing the wealth of knowledge you have to benefit them. But have there been people who reached out to you to say, you know what, this particular post of yours, it just saved my life because I was able to handle this better and all?
Yes, those are the things that give me joy. It gives me the energy when there are times that you just feel like, oh, I'm tired, the work day schedule and all that. But, you get to the DM. There have been times that, Christmas, even my birthday, some people sent in gifts, perfume. Some people ask for your account details. Some people ask for your phone number so that they can send you data. For all and at times, there have been times that I've been out with my children and probably somebody ran into me in the mall and says, "Oh, don't worry, please, I'll take care of this." Wow. Yeah, you are doing a lot on social media and all that. So nice. For that, so that's the joy of it. At least it gives me some form of compensation, consolation, and I enjoy it.
Now, let's talk about a few trending issues. Earlier, when we were having our conversation on what's talking about, we mentioned a particular socialite who pointed out the fact that his biological child is the next of kin in court.
Yes.
And then, of course, he has an adopted child who, you know, jumped on a challenge, calling himself the next of kin. And so I'm wondering, in Nigerian law, because sometimes when we talk about stuff, it's probably because when you Google it, you see information, not realizing or even doing further research to realize that it has nothing to do with Nigeria. It's probably American law.
Yes.
But in Nigerian law, what does it say about the moment you adopt a child? What are your responsibilities towards that child? And what should be the child's expectations?
Well, now, you know, the process of adoption, when you look at the Child Rights Act and the family law, is once you adopt a child, that child becomes your child, has every legal right that your biological child would have. So that means that you are now, what we call locus parentis, you are now the parents, you are the guardian, you are the all in all for that child. So every right that your biological child would have, that adopted child would have same rights.
Under Nigerian law?
Yes, very well.
Now, you know why I ask this? There have been cases of parents who raised a child with love, care, everything they had, and then the child grows up, seeks the biological parents, and more or less moves on and away from the people who raised them. And so I'm wondering, is there a law protecting parents in such situations, or is it a case of you've done your own for God, move on with your life?
The truth is, there's no law protecting parents. The same way, well, of course, you know, if you have a child and the child grows up, like you said, the Child Rights Act only protects the minor from 0 to 18 years.
Absolutely.
Once you are 18, you are on your own. Same way as parents, the child is not obligated under the law to take care of their parents. You know, so that's it. Because there is no way you can force the child to take care of the parents. It's a moral obligation as opposed to a legal obligation.
So parents cannot sue their children to say, you are supposed to take care of me. I did my best for you as a child. It will not hold water in the court of law? No,
as of date, there's no provision for that under the Nigerian law. You can't sue them you can't sue your children for not taking care of you, except there are certain obligations that probably they owe you. They want to take over your house, you know, so they want to challenge your will or whatever. But in respect of welfare, there is no law.
So there's a saying: the law is an. I should probably not say that word, but we'll put it as donkey. The other word for donkey.
Very well.
Yeah, but that's what people call the law sometimes.
Yes.
And so, what is that particular law that you feel should have been changed a long time ago and is still existing, and you feel there are certain things that could have been done to either take it out or tweak it? What is that particular law?
Well, for me, I would look at, I would want to say that the spraying of Naira. We keep saying that Nigerians should not spray Naira, not spray money at parties, but you will find out that you and I know that virtually every party that you go to is the norm. We should find a way around it, not say, oh, yes, is this abuse of Naira? We should find a way to tweak the law to accommodate our culture. Because as far as I'm concerned, people, it now looks like a selective justice. Some people have been arrested, prosecuted for spraying the Naira. Whereas you see on social media some people doing the very same thing. Even some do it grossly, you know, throwing and flinging it into the air. So I think that it should be regulated, not totally cancelled. That's my opinion.
Now, the part you said about people being prosecuted also brings to mind something. So people employ staff, especially domestic staff, yeah? And you'd expect that, oh, you have access to things like their criminal records and other such stuff. For someone who wants to have such access, how do you get it? Because it is believed that Nigeria is a place where getting such records is almost impossible. Is that really true?
Yes. You know, one of the things that is really sad about our polity is that record we are very poor on records. Like you said, ordinarily there should be a criminal database.
Absolutely.
Although, yeah, Lagos now has what we call the sex offenders record.
Yes.
You know, that's about that. But, you know, the prisons should have records of past prisoners. The police should have record of fingerprint record of virtually every Nigerian or everybody who has ever come across their station for one offense or the other. But you find out that those records are not readily available. You know, there have been instances that people at police would say that they are looking for this person, and the person is actually very close to them, but they don't have the data.
Yeah.
There have been instances that you even go to report to the police and say, oh, I was here in respect of this matter. They are starting it, there's no file. Every matter is treated afresh. Once it's done, it's dispensed with, probably they just throw it into the bin.
Sad.
And it's sad because crime goes beyond just arresting on site. It goes intelligence gathering. When we have this data, it becomes very easy.
And the history as well. It also helps in...
Very, like you said, somebody comes in and says that I want to work as your maid or a nanny. There is nowhere, virtually nowhere you can get any information on that person. The person can even generate a fake NIN, you know, generate valid, valid means of ID that you would think is, you might even see them online, but you will now discover that this person has a record.
You know what, Oluwatodimu, for the benefit of those who would like to learn more from you, what's your social media handle again?
Yes, okay, I am on all social media platforms as Oga_the lawyer.
Oga_the lawyer.
Yes.
D or T-H-E?
T-H-E.
So that's at Oga_the lawyer on all social media platforms, because you have a wealth of knowledge, and I'm sure many people would like to learn from you. Thank you so much for your time, Oluwatodimu.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All right. So at this point, we'll be heading, no, not to the kitchen yet. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Just stay with us. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria.